What is going on, YouTube? What is going on? It is All Things Mets, where you get your latest Mets media, everything you know about the Mets on this channel. Definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get in today's stream. And that is going to be the preview about, the Mets and the Cardinals, guys. The Mets and the Cardinals. Big game for the Mets, honestly, man. Wow, wow, wow. I'm excited. I'm excited about JD Martinez. Excited about so much, honestly. I'm very excited. Man, hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully you guys are, ready to what's going on? How you doing, man? Javi Beers, hi, what's going on? Go Mets. Let's go Mets, baby. Let's go Mets, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. How you feeling, man? How you feeling with JD coming, into this lineup? Man, I'm excited. I'm excited. Honestly, I'm very excited about JD Martinez in this lineup. We finally have JD Martinez as a Met in the lineup. It's been like it feels like forever, forever, but finally have, JD Martinez is now in the lineup. He is finally here. I am very excited for this guy because JD Martinez is someone that the Mets have needed for some time now, and finally the Mets pulled the trigger in the offseason late. And he had to ramp up, but he got injured, and now he's here. He took the cortisone shot. He seems to be okay. He seems to be healthy. He got a couple of hits, in his rehab. I'm excited about this guy. I'm excited about JD Martinez, man, because this is a guy that the Mets need in the lineup, especially after the Alvarez injury. The Alvarez injury really sucks. And, I'm not going to say that JD Martinez is going to replace him, but JD Martinez definitely can help out the lineup. I wish that we could have seen Francisco Alvarez and JD Martinez in the same lineup, but that's going to have to wait a couple of months, and it is what it is. But I'm excited. I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about the lineup. Um, honestly, and let's get into this lineup right here. We got Nimmo, we got Marte, we got Lindor, Alonso hitting cleanup, guys. We got JD Martinez in the fifth spot. Honestly, I'm excited. I think that JD Martinez behind Alonso is gonna help out Alonso so much. It's gonna people are not gonna be able to just pitch around Alonso anymore. And I think JD Martinez, if he's healthy and he starts hitting, this guy is gonna be dangerous. He's gonna hit with runners in scoring position because honestly, statistically, he's really good with runners in scoring position. So man, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Just this lineup just looks a lot better with JD Martinez in the lineup. And that's no fault to DJ Stewart. That's no fault to Mark Vientos. That's no fault to Tyrone Taylor, who I love Tyrone Taylor. I feel like personally, JD Martinez being in this lineup is huge. But a guy like Tyrone Taylor and a guy like DJ Stewart, keep them in the rotation. Keep Tyrone Taylor in the rotation because he can do so much. He can field. DJ Stewart is a DH guy. He can't really do a lot. He could play the outfield, but he's not so great in the outfield. But when it comes to this situation with JD Martinez, man, um, this is a good situation for the Mets. It's a really good situation. But yeah, guys, I'm excited. I think when it comes to the Mets, this is something that the Mets needed. They needed this to happen. They finally got JD Martinez in this lineup. And this lineup looks pretty good, guys. I like the way this lineup looks. McNeil, I think personally, I probably would have done just it like that. Put McNeil behind JD Martinez. You got Bader. Then you got Beatty. Beatty is now in the eighth spot. So now Beatty, is more down in the lineup, and hopefully that's going to be good for him. I like Beatty in the lineup. I like him. He's been hitting, obviously behind Alonso for a little bit now. So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited about just overall the feeling about this team because this is just a great feeling. But yeah, man, when you look at that, man, JD Martinez, this is the guy. This is the guy. Finally, the Mets finally have this guy in the lineup. I just hope that the Mets can win this game because this is going to be a huge game for the Mets to win. You're facing the Cardinals now. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy matchup. You got Miles. Michaelis, whatever his name is, he does pretty good against the Mets sometimes, and then the Mets sometimes do pretty good against him. So I think the Mets have to attack this guy. The Mets have to, put the pressure on Miles Michaelis. And hopefully JD Martinez gets a couple of hits. It's just going to be great to see this guy as a Met, actually in the Mets uniform. Like, it's going to be huge. But how will JD perform, though? Because JD is going to have some pressure on him to perform and pretty quickly. We got this guy, JD Martinez, to hit. We didn't get this guy to not hit. So when it comes to the situation of that, I think JD Martinez needs to hit and he needs to do it fast. He needs to do it fast, especially the injury to Alvarez. He has to, perform. So But I think this is good for the Mets. I think this is something that the Mets need. This is something the Mets need. The Mets needed JD Martinez in the lineup, and he finally is in the lineup. And we just need this lineup to get hot. We need this lineup to do something. We need this lineup to get going because we won that last game against the Giants, but we lost literally 2 out of 3 to the Giants, and the Giants were not really doing that great. So, but Logan Webb pitched a great game. But this game right here, the Mets got to take. Mets got to take this game. Yeah, the Mets got to take this game, guys, because this is a huge, huge game for the Mets to win. You got to win the first game that JD Martinez plays. Come on, you got to win the first game. And I think that they got to put pressure. They got to put pressure on the Cardinals. They got to put pressure on Miles Michaelis. They got to do what they got to do. Yeah, but we'll see how they perform. We'll see how JD performs. But let's talk a little bit about Jose Budo. Big start for Jose Budo, guys. Big start for Jose Budo. He had a start against the Dodgers in his last start, and he looked pretty good. He looked a little off, but he still struck out a lot of Dodgers. Jose Budo is something really, really good for the Mets so far. He's been performing well. He's been doing his thing, and I love to see it. I love to see Jose Budo actually, doing his thing because Jose Budo is important to the rotation. And ever since the Tyler McGill injury, I feel like that's been a blessing for the Mets and Jose Budo because he has just came in and started to perform and pitch well and, having a lot of runs, but definitely in the Dodgers, that was a tough start for him, but he still did great. He still did great. But yeah, guys, I'm excited about this game. I think everyone should be very, very excited to watch JD Martinez, to watch this game, because this is going to be a huge, huge game for the New York Mets to win. So we'll see what happens at the end of the day. But going back to the lineup, man, this is the lineup right here. We got Nimmo, we got Starlin Marte. Nimmo's been a little off. Nimmo hasn't really performed so well. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Nimmo so far. We need more from Nimmo. Nimmo needs to get hot. Nimmo is a guy that has been Mr. Consistency for the previous years, and this year just not cutting it right now. Brandon Nimmo's just not cutting it. A 186 batting average for Brandon Nimmo. That's something you don't want to see when it comes to Brandon Nimmo. So I think Brandon Nimmo needs to pick it up. I think Brandon Nimmo, maybe JD Martinez will help Brandon Nimmo. I know that Brandon Nimmo wants to be a different type of hitter now, and he's not really, that on base guy percentage, but he I think he wants to hit for power, but he wants to be an on base guy. So he doesn't know what he wants to do at the plate. He doesn't know if he wants to be aggressive. He doesn't know if he wants to be patient. And that's something Brandon Nimmo has to figure out. Hey, what's going on, Sonic? How you doing? Yeah, great to see you, man. Great to hear you. How you doing, Sonic? How you feeling about the game, man? How you feeling about how you feeling about Nimmo so far? I feel like Nimmo, we haven't seen him, pick it up in a bit. He's really been a different type of hitter so far. Brandon Nimmo, in my opinion, just hasn't been the same Nimmo that he was last year, and he's a different type of hitter. And I think with JD Martinez coming tonight into this lineup, what is going on, Frank? How you doing, man? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm happy. I'm excited about JD Martinez. I'm excited about this lineup, but I'm also a little concerned with Brandon Nimmo. I'm a little concerned with guys like I'm not concerned with Lindor because he had a couple of good days in the West Coast, but I need to see more from Lindor. We need to see more from Lindor. Sonic said, I'm doing all right. The Mets are not doing much, but we're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. And that's something that, after an 0-5 start, I'm sure you guys did not think that the Mets would be where they are right now. And after the Alvarez injury, which was huge, huge injury, and it sucks to have Alvarez on the shelf, but with JD Martinez coming into this lineup, this guy, JD Martinez, he is going to have to perform. He's going to have pressure to perform. The New York is not going to be patient with JD Martinez. If he strikes out, let's say his first 3 games, and he does not get a hit, they're going to boo him. New York fans, we know how we are. We are not patient when it comes to that situation. And see, Brandon needs to stop trying to hit home runs. He needs to get on base. And yeah, he's not a I like Brandon Nimmo a lot, and I feel like he needs to find his way. He really needs to find his way because when it comes to Brandon Nimmo, he's the on-base guy. He is the leadoff guy, and you want him to do well, but you also want him to hit for power a little bit. So it's like it's an in-between thing because we don't know exactly. We want Brandon Nimmo to get on base, but we also want him to hit for some power. And, he has 2 home runs, 15 RBIs right now. He does have, the most RBIs on the team, I believe. So when it comes to that situation, I don't know. I want Brandon Nimmo to be a leadoff hitter, but I want him to be, also a power hitter as well. I like Brandon Nimmo a lot, and he's been Mr. Consistency for the last 2 years. He really has. He's been consistent. He's been doing his thing. He's been getting better and better each year. And this year, he's not cutting it right now. And that's something that is concerning me. Let's see what he said here. Thoughts on the City Connect jerseys. The City Connect jerseys, I like them. I think that maybe a little bit more purple would have popped out the uniform a little more, in my opinion. But I think I like what I see from the uniform. I can't wait to see it. I think it's going to be, is it tonight? Is it tonight that we're going to see the City Connect uniforms? I think it probably is tonight. So I'm excited about the lineup. I'm excited about the uniforms. I think that, Frank is saying Brendan is a leadoff hitter and steals bases. I think Brandon Nimmo wants to steal more bases, but he doesn't want to just be an on-base guy. He doesn't just want to be a guy that, gets on base. He wants to be a guy that hits for power. He wants to be a guy that hits for a good average as well. So as for Brett, he still needs to stop pressing, have fun, Let David Wright work with him on defense, hitting. Then he could be okay with Mark. He needs to do the same thing too. I think personally, I like Beatty. Beatty on defense has been great, man. And I had a feeling that Zach Short was going to be DFA'd. I don't know what you guys think about that, but they might wear the black jerseys tonight. Okay, so they might wear the black jerseys tonight. I mean, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the day. I hope that we do get to see the City Connect uniforms either tonight or the black uniforms, but we definitely, I love the black uniforms, but the Mets have not had good luck with these black uniforms. Like, they haven't won a lot of games. Brandon needs to realize he's not Ricky Henderson. Only Ricky Henderson could do that. Other than that, he's gonna, you know, he's gonna mess it up, and become a strikeout king. Yeah, I think, I personally think that the Mets, Brandon Nimmo, he got to get going, because when Brandon Nimmo gets going, the Mets get going even more. So if Brandon Nimmo can get going, we would love to see it. But come on, man, he got to pick it up. Brandon Nimmo has to pick it up, man. But man, how are we feeling about Jose Budo, guys? Jose Budo, big start for Jose Budo today. I think that he looked pretty good against the Dodgers. It was a tough start against the Dodgers, one of the best lineups in the game. And he struck out a lot of guys. He did struggle, but at the end of the day, he had a pretty good start against the Dodgers, for what it was. And now you got the Cardinals coming in. I think that the Cardinals, Jose Budo had, this is a big start for him. I think he's been good. Jose Budo has been a blessing for the New York Mets, man. Ever since the Tyler McGill injury, he's been a blessing. And that is something that I love when it comes to, Jose Budo, because I feel like he was going to get the job. He was going to get the start. I agree. What do you think about Adrian Hauser? Yeah, Adrian Hauser has struggled, man. Adrian Hauser has walked a lot of people. He hasn't been great. But I think personally, Adrian Hauser, it's a tough one, because I want him to do well, but he has not performed well. He just has. Adrian Hauser has not been that good. But Jose Budo has. Jose Budo has. So, with Tyler McGill maybe coming back from injury soon, I don't know what the Mets are going to do, but I don't think that Jose Budo's spot is going to be taken. I think Jose Budo's spot, he's earned that spot, and now he has to keep it. And I think he will. I think what we're seeing from Budo, I like what I'm seeing from him. But Adrian Hauser, Sean Manaea, got the pitching rotation has not been bad, it hasn't been great. I mean, Quintana has struggled, Luis Severino has been better, and good to see. But I think we need to see more from, Jose. We need to see more from the rotation. And not just more, we need to see the pitching rotation. We need to see them, go deep in games, because the bullpen, it's not gonna always, you're not gonna always have those guys around. Brooks Raley's on the IL now. You still got Reed Garrett, you still got Ottavino, you got Drew Smith, but it's a lot of pressure on this bullpen, to be honest. And I don't know if the Mets can, because it takes a whole lot that if you put the pressure on the bullpen early in the season, then they're going to be wiped out once the second half comes. So I think when it comes to that situation, the Mets starters have to go more deep in games, in my opinion. And I really think this is true. I think they should really, go more deep in games. I want Jose Budo to pitch probably 7 innings tonight. If he could give 6 innings or 7 innings, that would be lovely. The Mets starters need to go more deep to put less pressure on the bullpen. The pitching rotation is suspect. Also, what they need to do is keep these patterns off balance, keep these batters off balance by throwing off. I think I definitely I believe on that. I really agree with what you're saying there. He has to keep they have to keep the batters of balance. They have to also stop working deep counts. The deep counts is something that is plaguing the Mets rotation, man. Jose Quintana, you've seen it for the couple of last starts. He's been, with these he just hasn't, been great. And Jose Quintana, a guy like him, is a good pitcher. He has to figure it out because Jose Quintana is big for this team, and we're not gonna probably get Senga until either next month late or June early. So the Mets gotta, pick it up when it comes to going deep in games. The bullpen has been good. I'm not saying the bullpen hasn't been good, Frank. I'm saying that when it comes to the starting rotation, they got to go more deep in games. The starting rotation is suspect. Tyler McGill, cat messed up. I need to trade him or release him. He didn't have enough time to prove himself. He ain't done nothing. Yeah, Tyler McGill, man, I think it was a blessing in disguise that he got injured because you got Jose Budo and you've seen how great Jose Budo has been and how he's been on point, how his slider has looked, how his changeup has looked, how his fastball has looked. The bullpen, though, has been good. I'm not going to say the bullpen has been bad, but the injury to Brooks Raley is tough for the Mets to deal with. And, you do got Jake Diekman. It's a good thing that you got two lefties because a guy like Jake Diekman is going to have, pick up more slack when it comes to, getting those left-handed batters out, getting right-handed batters out. And I think hopefully, Brooks Raley doesn't end up too much on the IL. But yeah, guy, I think we got 2 minutes, to 7 o'clock. I think the Mets are gonna start soon, guys. I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about this game. I think the Mets have to win this game, especially after winning that game against the Giants. And I personally, I would like to see Tyrone Taylor in the lineup after having a hot game, but I understand why he's not in the lineup tonight. But we need to see more from JD. We need to see him perform. Nito has looked pretty good at the backstop. He's looked better than Narvaez, and the Mets have to get something from catcher, guys, because Alvarez injury has already been tough. They haven't, I think they haven't thrown out any base stealers in like 28 games. So I personally feel that Thomas Nito is gonna be he's gonna be catching a little bit more, than Narvaez if he starts to throw guys out and frame, pitches because that he does that better than Narvaez. And I miss Alvarez already, but we're going to have to wait for Alvarez, man. But with JD Martinez, I'm excited about JD, man. I think JD Martinez in this lineup is huge for the New York Mets. This is something that the Mets have needed for years. A real DH, someone behind Alonso, someone to support Alonso, someone to have Alonso's back, and someone, to be honest, that you can't just pitch around Alonso now. Now you got JD Martinez behind him. So I like that. I like JD Martinez in this lineup. I think JD Martinez can, provide a lot in this lineup. JD Martinez is a really good hitter. He's a really good hitter with runners in scoring position. It's going to take him some time to get hot. But I think JD Martinez, this is an important game for JD Martinez. Hopefully he gets a hit, gets some pressure off. Because the Mets fans, the New York fans, we're not going to be patient when it comes to JD Martinez. We got JD Martinez to perform. We didn't get JD Martinez to not perform, okay? He is 36 years old, but we got this guy to perform. He has to do whatever he has to do to, perform. And I think if he's healthy, he will perform. I see what you so David Stearns has done a good job so far. It needs to be sent a message to these players. Yeah, man, I feel you. I think personally, with this lineup right here, looking at this lineup right here, we got Nimmo, we got Starlin Marte. Starlin Marte has been really good. Nimmo has to pick it up. We need to see more from Brandon Nimmo. I am not seeing enough from Brandon Nimmo. He has to figure out what type of hitter he has to be. Yes, he has 15 RBIs on the team. Okay, that's fine, but he's hitting 186. He's hitting 186. He is getting on base, but he's hitting 186. I don't like that. Brandon Nimmo is not a 186 hitter, okay? He has to figure it out. Starlin Marte has been spectacular when it comes to the offense. And I think the offense, Starlin Marte, is huge for Starlin Marte to get going. I think he's been great. I hope that he keeps it up. Lindor, coming from that West Coast trip, he had a sub home runs there. Now he has 4 home runs on the season. Lindor had some clutch hits, in the game. But we need to see more from Lindor, okay? Lindor has to pick it up too. He's batting 206. Alonso, he got 7 home runs. He got 12 RBIs. He's hitting 263. Alonso's doing what Alonso is going to do. Alonso's going to hit home runs. Alonso is going to probably hit for average. He's going to have his best season because he's going into free agency. And then you got JD Martinez. JD Martinez, we need to see you perform. We need to see you do well. You have a lot of pressure on yourself right now, on a lot of pressure on JD Martinez. He's going to get a reception. He's going to get a real reception. But we'll see what happens. McNeil's batting 269 right now. Okay, yeah, 1 home run, 7 RBIs, 1 stolen. I think McNeil has been picking it up a little bit better, and that's good to see. And then you got Harrison Bader. Harrison Bader has cooled off a little bit. He's cooled off a little bit, but I still like Harrison Bader. I still love his defense. He is the best center fielder we've had since Juan Lagares. And that is no fault to Brandon Nimmo. He's just not a better center fielder than Harrison Bader. And then you got Beatty. Beatty's batting 267 right now. He's coming off the injury. He is, it's taking him some time to get back to what he was doing, offensively. I think he is going to get there, but we'll see when it comes to Beatty, man. We'll see. And then you got Nito. Nito is important. Nito is a guy that he has to frame pitches. He has to throw some guys out. I need to see more from Nimmo. From Nito. And also offensively, if he could give us something in catcher, I would love it. Okay. Now, I don't expect Thomas Nito to give us a lot offensively, but we'll see. It's 7:05 right now. I'm going to go 2 more minutes and I'm going to get out of here. Let's enjoy this game, guys. Let's enjoy this game. I think when it comes to the New York Mets, they got to win this game. This is a huge, huge game for the New York Mets. We'll see what happens. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. This was a quick stream, guys. I just wanted to do this quick stream. I know there was probably, a lot more people that were streaming today, and we were streaming at the same time. But I wanted to do this stream, and yeah, man, you guys are how do you feel about bringing up Scott Hamill? Because the stock rotation can. Oh man, I would love to see Christian Scott, man. I would love to see Christian Scott, but I think that the Mets are gonna hold out a little longer for Christian Scott to come to the majors. And Dominic Hamill, I like a lot. I think he has good stuff, and I think if Adrian Hauser doesn't perform, if he keeps unperform, or he keeps decreasing his performance, if his performance gets worse and worse, then maybe we'll get a guy like Christian Scott or Dominic Campbell in the rotation. Bring up Hamill, also Scott. I get what you're saying. I just don't feel like they're gonna bring him up yet just yet. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the stream. Enjoy the game. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Whoever did, I appreciate you. You guys, you're awesome. LFGM for life. I'm out of here, man. Enjoy the game. LFGM. Let's go, Mets.